Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. I am your humble host, Fox. Today's game plan is to make our way back to the asylum, and then eventually through Darkroot Garden. It's going to be a busy bit, so let's get started. It is an easily missed situation to return to the asylum. Some people find it by accident, but honestly most won't find it until their third or fourth playthrough. It does require this elevator here, and to immediately turn around. There is a small platform that you just walk onto, just like so. And then there's our magical little pathway. Nice easy roll will get you there every time. But before you make your way up the stairs entirely, we want to roll down and get this item here. Almost couldn't get back up there. This is typically why you roll, not do what I did and fail miserably. But anywho, so we're gonna hop on back over, and we're gonna get back on the elevator. Rinse and repeat. Oh, paupers, you and your whining. I know, you feel so unloved. Oh my goodness. Oh, the big old ear scritches, huh? Apologies, everyone. The floof must have her attention. So we're going to roll back onto the platform here and make our way up the stairs entirely. This next moment does require patience. So curl up in a ball and pretend you're an egg. Like I said, patience required. Our good friend the Raven returns us to the asylum. So now, the enemies are more bountiful and stronger. So we are going to start off with a little magic, just for our own protection. Because fire really hurts in this game. Feel me? Poke, poke, poke. Now, so you are aware, there is a small nest over here, owned by an NPC named Snuggly. You may drop specific items in his nest, save and quit, return to the main menu, and continue your game again, and he will trade you items. Now, the one thing I will recommend is stay away from the middle, at least for the time being. We will have ourselves a quick little sip in the event that we die. We're going to go through our shortcut that we opened up at the very beginning of the game. Activate a old familiar trap. And visit an old friend who's no longer sane. rusty this morning. We need ourselves some time to warm up, but that's okay. That wasn't very nice. I'm sorry, old friend. Until we meet again in the next life. And we now earn his crest shield, which will be very, very important for our next fight. But for now, we're going to pay ourselves a little visit to an enemy that was not here before. So be on your guard. It is yet another Black Knight. Alright, another Black Knight down. Which means now it is time for the Asylum Demon, Part 2. If you remember at the very beginning of the game, there was a very large creature pacing back and forth next to your cell. It's time to visit him. Be sure to equip your crest shield if you can wield it, but see, unfortunately, I cannot, so this will do me no good this fight. Gonna top ourselves off a little and prep with some lightning. Here we go. This is why we have magic, right? For bosses. Oh no! How dreadful. Luckily we had our ring of sacrifice. Let us give it another go, shall we? This time, without us being so silly. What do you say? Just wanted to double check I didn't have anything with bleed damage. Oh no! Oh, we're dead. I'm actually impressed I somehow survived. Alright, now that we got him out of the corner, we can operate a little easier. What do you say? Almost there. Few more bumps, and the stray beam. And there you have it. That is the stray beam taken care of. He is a great optional boss to get in early game due to the humanity and the homeward bone he provides, but ultimately the Titanite slab and the 20,000 souls. Now I will say the way that I fought him is probably one of the considered hardest ways to approach his situation. The easiest is to utilize a bleed weapon. Now we want to return to our very first location of our cell in the starter. There is a very important, in my opinion, important item for not only the lore, but for some additional content as well. And that is the peculiar doll. So you will find that in your key items. A strange doll in a dress. There once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly, and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. So remember to keep that in mind, because it will help you figure out where it belongs later down the road. Right, that officially ends the asylum. But before we leave, we want to get probably the most important item in the entire game for ourselves. So we are going to return up these stairs, head up these stairs, fight through a few baddos, if you remember before we came here, we found ourselves a key. Well, we are off to open the door that key belongs to. Now there's even two enemies. That's how important this item is. go. This is by far one of the most important items. And to quote a very dear friend of mine, it is the rusted iron ring. So, what this ring does is it improves balance on poor footing. This iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this ring, strange ring, to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground, such as swamps. So, what we are hinting at here is in swamp-like locations, if you will, you will find yourself being able to move normal versus impeded. This will come into play at Darker Garden for ourselves. As you can see, I'm done being silly. We've allowed far too many hits for my liking. Alright, let us return back to Firelink Shrine. Return to the nest, and curl up like a ball once more. Ah, home, sweet, sweet home. Am I right? Let us head back down. We're going to get in the elevator and make our way back up to the church. But first things first, I'm going to stop here and sit at this bonfire, because you just never know. I just may end up getting hurt a lot, unfortunately. Now, off to the elevator we go. Say hello to the monk as always, blah blah blah, hidey ho. And into our elevator. Now, I will say, there is a small area if you were to go underneath the elevator. There is a few treasure chests that you can acquire. I'm not going to do it, but those who feel adventurous in their own playthroughs may wish to check it out. It has some pretty valuable early game gear. Clear these few little stick boys out of the way, and we'll make our way to the epic male that is Andre the Blacksmith once more. And we're going to acquire ourselves a very special key for later down the road as well. But it is something we'll need, and since we have the souls to burn, we might as well acquire it. However, let it be known, it is a very expensive key. It does require 20,000 souls.
You seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
So we're going to go down to purchase item, make our way into the keys, and purchase ourselves the Crest of Artorias. And while we are here, we'll give ourselves the 3 smith boxes so we may upgrade our equipment at any bonfire and not require ourselves to come all the way back to Andre. I'm going to save our souls and use the rest of it towards our leveling. We do 1 level. We will absolutely put it towards intelligence. Now, down this road, once we have rang our second bell, this will be our ultimate destination. However, if you come here before you open the doors, you see our loving friend, as everyone identifies him as the Onion Knight, or as most true fans like to call him,
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegmeyer of Katerina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge, no matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
good old Sigmar.
Still closed. Still closed.
If there is one thing ever to glean from Sigmar, is patience.
Still closed. Still closed.
So, when you return here with the open doors, Sigmar will have proceeded inside the fortress. So keep an eye out for him. He has quite the storyline to follow. Alright, so we are going to make our way into Darkroot Garden and clear out a few areas. I would be very surprised if I do not get invaded here. We are human after all, which means we are a prime target for other players in the world. Let us see how it goes, shall we? So welcome to Darkroot Garden, where even the bushes want to end you. Now, unfortunately, these enemies use whips, and whips are not parryable. We're going to take care of that bush first, and we're going to take a slight detour down this road. It is slightly obscure, but it is very, very wise to find your way down it. Now, due to my magical capabilities, I'm going to capitalize on this crystal lizard. For he's a far easier target for me to hit with magic than a rapier. So we're going to continue our way further and further down. We're going to take this slightly, seemingly pointless offshoot of road to roll down onto this platform here and acquire ourselves a new set of armor, a longbow, and feather armor. Now, we could increase our armor rating at the expense of weight, but I think we're going to be okay for now. Keep making our way further and further down. And to really get to it, we're going to make our way down here. But be on your guard, for there is yet another Black Knight. This one with a pole arm. Oh, and we got ourselves a lucky drop. We obtained one of the Black Knight's weapons. Now, unfortunately, we are not going for that build, so we will not be utilizing it. However, this Grass Crest shield, we absolutely will swap to. So, when I get enough souls, I will be upgrading our strength to 10 so we can wield this for its special ability of stamina regeneration. It's an old medium metal shield of unknown origin. The Grass Crest is lightly imbued with magic, which slightly speeds stamina recovery. It doesn't have the full 100% physical resistance of the shield that we are currently using, but that stamina regen is invaluable in this game. Stop in here and just set that on fire. I'm not gonna sit at it. I'm not too concerned of having a checkpoint here. Gonna make our way back up and ultimately across over into that field over yonder. Now the funny thing is we've basically been here once before. The door up there, next to my shoulder here, is where we fought Havel the Rock's follower, where we got the Havel ring from, the man adorned in nothing but stone armor, if you will. So we're gonna have to be quick, grab this item, and make our way back over here to the left, so we can hide from the Hydra. The Hydra has a mean ranged attack. In the meantime, I'm going to kill these fellas. Now we're not going to save the heavy soul arrows for the Hydra, because they're just too slow to attack them with. But this will help us definitely get rid of at least 3 of these fellas. There are 4 in the area, so be on your guard. So we're going to run out here a little bit, get his attention, and run back so we can get hit by the Hydra. Oh my, how interesting. Little Dark Souls doing its thing. So if we play this right, we can get the Hydra to hit this fella. Do a lot of the work for us. Look at that. 216 damage. And we didn't have to do anything to it. We're going to finish him off and get ready to fight the Hydra. For you see, this is a very important ring that we absolutely want for our current. So we're going to wait for the right moment to sprint towards him. As the water hits, we're going to go. Here we go. So we want to make our way to the water's edge, run straight at the water so we can get underneath it, it won't hit us. And once you get close enough, the Hydra will now switch to a physical attack because you are too close. So long as you stay in the water's edge. There you go. Get ready to dodge. Ooh. is a lot of heads to deal with, isn't there? And yes, I am free firing some magic. It's a little difficult to do, but in time, with practice, you too can do this. So we got the major head of our problem out of the way. The one that will constantly hit us. While we're here, we're going to grab the item, safe, and continue to chip away at this fella. Monk. Oh no. Now, you have two ways to kill Tiger. Remove all of his heads, or just outright do enough damage. Most people will remove all the hair. Most people. There have been a few playthroughs that I've had myself where I've actually done the damage twice. He still had life left, but because we remove all the heads, it is done. And now, we have the important ring. The Dusk Crown Ring. This now removes half our health for 50% more spells. And for those of you who didn't notice what was going on while I was in the water, here's an example. This is the Rusted Iron Ring in full swing. If I remove it, it gets a lot more difficult. So, we're going to re-equip this, and we're going to make our way into a small little hidden area. Where all these glorious little fire pods are about to come very useful to us. But before we can do what we need to do, we will stop here. We're going to save and quit and log right back in. So here we go. So we've logged out, continue our game, and now there will be a special enemy here. And we're going to take care of him. Be careful, he is very hardy and hits very hard. Oh no! Well, I guess that's what I get for not paying attention to what I was doing. No, that's okay though. So we will... Oh, almost forgot. We want to make sure we stay human. Never know when someone might actually invade us. We want to be ready after all. So, reverse our hollow and go back to being human. And we're gonna go pay our little golden friend another visit. This time, a little more seriously. I do enjoy the opportunity to definitely lay back and not take this game very seriously. It's quite entertaining. Because honestly, who wants to be serious all the time? It's just no fun. Take care of our little friend here. Ooh. Don't want to miss out on our little moss clump. Boy, my dog is snoring some serious logs. And in the event that anyone is curious, she is a German Shepherd Pit Bull mix. She is a rescue hound. She has made her way through 5 different homes before she found her way to me. And in fact, she was a last chance dog, which means if we were not to be her forever home, she was going to be euthanized. The previous people who have, quote-unquote, owned her, if you will, I can't understand or even begin to fathom why they had a problem with her. She was very energetic at first, but I think it's because she never really considered it to be her home. But when we hit the 6-month mark with her, she became the biggest cuddle bug and couch potato. It's amazing. I've never had a dog like her. So relaxed. With zero care in the world. Interesting. say hello to Ulasil.
So, it is thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long, so, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulasil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
Yes, absolutely.
My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shall engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
So, Miss Ulasil here, Dusk, if you will, she will now have a summon sign located over here. We will need a pretty large volume of souls to do what we want to do here, which is buy all of her sorceries. We may not use them all, but we definitely want to obtain them all, because this will open up an armor set for us. And the piece that we want, specifically, is the headpiece. So we're going to make ourselves a quick little detour. We're going to go up this easily missed ladder, and we're going to grab another soul bank item, which should give us, hopefully, enough souls to get all her spells. Because unfortunately, they're not necessarily cheap. A couple of them are quite useful. Big ladder. Very big ladder. Alright, there's our item. We're going to make our way back to that ladder and find our way back down. Last but not least, use that soul bank item and go talk to Miss Dusk. As soon as we deal with some crystal giants. Back to Dusk.
It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thy wishes.
We're going to learn her gesture. My favorite gesture, the proper bow. And of acquire all our items. Voila.
For a very long time, I was trapped within the crystal golem. From my home I was taken and banished to a plane of distortion. It was there that thou came to my rescue, long after I had relinquished all hope. So gleeful was I. My faith reneweth. If thou art in need, pray summon me again. I only wish to be of some genuine assistance. May the flames guide thee.
Alright, so we did everything we need there. We're going to make our way back to the hole from which we saved our from and acquire our special hat. Now, why on earth would I be doing all of this nonsense for a hat? Well, it's quite simple. That hat increases our magic damage quite a degree. And plus the dress is kind of nice too. Call me a sucker for old Victorian times. So we have now acquired our crown of dust, making our magic hit that much harder. Alright, let's make our way back to the top. I'm gonna do it a little expeditiously by using ourselves a homeward bone and allow us to return to the last bonfire we rested at, which happens to be Andre. Here we go, and we're gonna make our way back into the woods. And we're gonna go fight the Moonlight Butterfly. We got a full pack of soul arrows, full pack of heavy soul arrows. We're ready to rock. We got the ammo. Let's use it, right? Now always be careful with these bushes, for they like to be ambushes, if you will. So always keep a lookout for that little fluff stuck in the ground, where they like to jump out behind you and get you. Ah, the mystical orange signs left by other players. This game is very cheeky, and every now and again requires some persuasion. We have ourselves a new bonfire. And last but not least, our crest of Artorias to be used on this sacred door. We're not going in here yet. We're going down this pathway first. Suspicious, isn't it? Grabbing that item will be an ultimate ambush, a three-way attack, which we are not going to deal with today. We're just going to soldier on, if you will. We have an agenda, and it's time to push through. And a little preliminary poke, get him out of the ground and get him out of our way. and calm, make our way to the entire outskirts. Oh no! Play silly games, win silly prizes. Reverse the hollow. So as you can see, the ring that I have chosen to wear is going to make the game monumentally more difficult on myself. Not that that's a major problem, but because I can't parry any of the enemies in this location, I am definitely handicapping myself greatly. But this is okay. Alright, back to where we were. This time, without the silly games. What do you say? We have our things back. Gonna wake up a big scary fella real fast. And go deal with the moonlight butterfly. With a little help from our friend, Witch Beatrice. Now, to summon colleagues like this happens to be an NPC, you must be human for. So she will come in and give us a hand with the moonlight butterfly, our next boss, who happens to be that big winged gorgeous creature. Here we go, shall we? While this flies in, we're gonna better our equipment by swapping to the crest shield. Though we can't wield it, we can still hold it up and protect ourselves. Miss Beatrice, if you would like to attack him, that'd be great. Well, isn't that unfortunate? My NPC colleague never even helped. Well, that's a shame. Well, it has been a very unsuccessful hour, but that's okay. we're going to call it here for now and return to it in another episode where I promise we will absolutely finish this location. For now, I give you a fond farewell, and until next time, see you around.